It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, Jesup City Commissioners met Monday night for a work session with several topics on the agenda. Scheduled another work session to discuss their budget before they left Monday. That work session is scheduled for Thursday, May 30th at 6 p.m. City Manager Nick Ellis says he hopes to have the first draft of the budget at their first meeting in June. City's budget runs from July to the end of June. Last night, a good crowd on hand for the work session, most concerned with the discussion on animal control. Commissioners deciding to form an animal control board with 7 members, as each commissioner will appoint 1 member, and the mayor will also appoint a member. That and food trucks, the more lengthy discussions at the work session. And for a report on those 2 items, we talked with Jesup Mayor Ralph Hickox.
Mayor Hickox, after a special called work session, a lot of topics on the agenda. The big crowd was here for the animal control. Seems to be an issue both in the city and county. Your thoughts on what was discussed here tonight?
Well, just trying to decide how we're going to handle it, because we got issues. You got our pounds overcrowded, and we've had a situation last week where a pack of dogs basically destroyed a person's animal right there in their yard in front of them, and we didn't have anywhere in the pound to put that animal. And so we have to do something. So, it's a touchy subject on both sides. Nobody wants to put an animal down. I mean, I got 3 pets in my house, Bob, and I don't want to do that. But at the same time, we have a right and a responsibility as a city to make sure that our city's safe, that we can remove a dangerous animal off the street. And currently, we don't have the space in our pound for it.
So the decision or discussion tonight was to come up with an animal control board. Is that correct? Each commissioner puts a person on the board?
Well, yeah. I mean, but that's already in our ordinance. There was already supposed to be a animal control board. And so
there isn't one there.
There's not, but it was supposed to be there. It's I guess it's one of those parts in the ordinance somebody missed. But anyway, so next meeting each commissioner will appoint a member to the board, and then of course I will also. So it'll be 7 members to the board, and what they'll do is they're going to take this subject and try to see what is the best way for us to handle. In the meantime, though, it's going to be status quo. We're not changing the dates. In our ordinance, we hold them for 5 days. We have to advertise in the newspaper. Then after the 5 days expires, after you advertise in the newspaper, you can euthanize an animal. We're going to pause that. We're going to leave it status quo until we have this board put together and we look at the options. But we do have to do something.
Don't you think the big problem is the fact there's only 1 animal control officer? I mean, it's hard for him to do this job.
If you had 20, if the pound's full, it's full. What you gonna do with them? So it really don't matter how many. He works hard, but it don't matter how many you have. When the problem that happened the other day that I'm referring to that really stirred this was these pack of dogs killed this cat on the Lay's front porch, and when they went and the dogs had been the same dogs had been locked up a week before, and the owner came and got them. And so when they went to go get them this time, there was nowhere. When he went to address it, there was nowhere to put the animals.
Another issue discussed tonight with the food trucks. Still working on that. Still no decision on what the fee's going to be.
No, that was a pretty lengthy discussion. Basically, we have ordinances in place. For the most part, the ordinance is going to stand like it is. We are talking though about reducing the fees for special events. So to make it where if there's a special event, if there's a festival, if there's somebody has some birthday party or something that they're able to afford to come. But it is important, especially to me, was that they do have a health inspection, that they are paying sales tax. I'm all for a food court zone or a court, a food truck court, I'm sorry. And we talked about the farmer's market. It'd be a great place for it, make a reduced rate for them to go there. Food trucks can go there. But what I am opposed to, and I think the majority of the board is about having them directly competing with brick and mortar without being on the same level playing field. Because in brick and mortar, they pay a lot of extra costs. They have a lot of extra things responsible, and especially putting them on city property doing that. But we are talking about opening up the lowering the fees so that we can make it easier for somebody to bring a food truck in for an event or for a festival, or we have a court to let them do on a regular basis. So that's pretty much was the conversation.
And once again, those comments of Mayor Ralph Hickox after the work session last night. Other topics discussed at the work session. Once again, the city looking to raise the water rates effective July 1st of this year. They also discussed several ordinances. And also, City Manager Nick Ellis says they'll Again, sitting down with department heads this week, discussing budget and seeing which big ticket items could be used as SPLOST funds. Also says they have interviews this week with the DDA candidates as the city is looking to soon hire a full-time downtown director. Let's look at your Monday City's Jesup work session. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, their commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, the Wayne County Board of Education has a work session board meeting set for the day at 6 p.m. On the agenda under items of business, strategic planning, progress monitoring, capital outlay projects, the school food service procurement plan. Dr. Randy Trapnell, Director of School Food Service, will present the annual school food service procurement plan for approval. Under other items, GSBA Summer Conference will be discussed. The dates June 6th to the 8th. They'll try to make that official meeting dates. Also, GSBA Conference Team Self-Assessment, several board policies, finance report, executive session, all that today at 6 p.m. at the Tech Center located 1365 West Orange Street in Jesup. Wayne County school year is quickly winding down. Several special events planned between now and graduation, which is scheduled for May 24th at JC Stadium at 7:30 p.m. High school principal Dr. Brett McDaniel joins us this morning on the Butch and Bob Show to talk about the special events this week. On Thursday, the CTAE night at 6 p.m., scholarship nights May 23rd, the honor cording ceremony is scheduled for May 21st, and all the details of all those special events this morning on the world famous Butch and Bob Show with high school principal Dr. Brett McDaniel. We're a week away from primary date here locally and in the state of Georgia, and this is the final week of early voting. Primary day is Tuesday, May 21st, when all the precincts will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. This week, early voting ends on Friday at 5 p.m. at the election building located at 306 East Pine Street. Today's early voting takes place between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. On Monday, another 105 people voted, 94 Republicans, 8 Democrats, and 3 nonpartisan voters on Monday. Grand total heading into today, 1,356 people have voted early. Majority in the Republican Party, as that's where the Wayne County Sheriff's race will be decided. All 3 candidates on the Republican ballot, incumbent Chuck Mosley, Candace Doughty Ray, and Toby Cameron, all on the Republican ballot. Both candidates in the district attorney's race on the Republican ballot as well. Incumbent Keith Higgins and challenger John B. Johnson, who was a longtime assistant DA in the Brunswick Judicial Circuit. Circuit is comprised of 5 counties, including Wayne, Appling, Jeff Davis, Camden, and Glenn counties. Once again, early voting taking place today through Friday, then the primary date a week from today, Tuesday, May 21st. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes of the news, special day tomorrow for the Wayne County employees. This is going to be a Wayne County Employee Appreciation Day. It's going to take place from 11 to 2 at Ben Park Complex. Again, to show their appreciation, the county is serving lunch, having games to play, handing out service awards for 2023. Again, they look forward to seeing all the employees there. Again, that's tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Ben Park Complex. Wayne County Catfish Tournament dates have been set. The dates June 1st and 2nd. Tournament will begin Saturday, June 1st at 12 noon. Will continue until Sunday, June 2nd at 12 noon. This year's event offers fishermen the opportunity to win a $7,500 first place payout, with other place payouts determined by the number of entries into the event. Weigh-in and tournament headquarters will once again be at JC Fairgrounds at JC Landing. Those fishing in the tournament can put in anywhere in the Altamar River, but they must be in line at weigh-in at the JC Fairgrounds by 12 noon that Sunday. Tournament officials ask entrants to please note you must come to the fairgrounds to receive your T-shirt. Entry fee for the event is $200 per boat with 1 or 2 fishing in a boat. Each additional angler is $100. Big fish pot entries at $10 per fisherman. Registration will be done online at www.active.com or can be dropped off at the Tourism Board's office in the depot. Registration packets are available online at the Jesup Train Depot. If you need more information, call the Tourism Board office at number 912-427-3233 or check out the event website at waynetourism.com. You can also register on site that Saturday morning, June the 1st. And the fish are out and they're waiting for the boats June 1st and 2nd in the annual Wayne County Catfish Tournament on the Altamar River. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.